TJ, what's impressed you about Hunter and the work he's put in, and the other quarterbacks as well? And I guess overall, what do you think it'll take to beat out everybody and win the starting job?
That's a good question. I think our quarterback position group is really strong. We have a lot of guys coming back that know this offense very well. This is Hunter's second time through this season, I guess. So just kind of picking up on that, he's done a really good job working this offseason, learning the offense, getting down the signals, everything like that. And along with the other guys in that position group, I mean, it's going to be a battle. Everybody in that room is good. Everybody deserves to be there. And it's going to be a competition. It'll come down to the wire for sure. We've all been competing. It's not. I can't tell you who's going to be the starter, who's not going to be the starter. I mean, that's not a decision for me to make. That's a decision for him to make. Him and Coach McCall. I feel confident where I'm at. I'm sure everybody feels confident where they're at. We have six guys in that room that are getting reps, competing for that job. So far, I've not heard a starter been named. Really, I mean, I didn't even see that until I didn't even know that was a thing until right now. And honestly, it doesn't bother me either way. I think we're all just competing, trying to earn that starting job. So.
Hey TJ, you mentioned that in the past, even if quarterbacks don't go into the season as a starter, it doesn't matter. They have to do a lot of work to be prepared, to be pressed into action if needed. We've seen it in the past with Zach Oliver and Matt Alviti, yourself even. So regardless of if you are the week one starter or not, what do you and the rest of the quarterbacks do to make sure that you're ready in case you need to be pressed into action?
Yeah, so preparation is a huge part of the quarterback position. I mean, every week we have a new game plan going in, a new defense to study, and a lot of that goes on the coaches and Coach McCall to develop that game plan and get us ready to go. But a lot of that's on our own as well, doing the stuff on our own, watching film, going through our notebooks, getting the schemes down, everything like that. So it's just an ongoing process that you kind of have to have it down week to week, have a schedule that you set, and find what works for you and what you need to do to get ready. So.
Yep. Where do you think you've made the biggest development?
I think I've made the biggest development probably, I would say just continued playbook knowledge. I mean, I've been in this system now. This is my 5th year, so I know it like the back of my hand, and I feel very confident in what I'm doing on the field, which allows me to play a lot faster. And I think that's a huge part of football, is being able to play fast. So the more you know the playbook, the more you can see defensive schemes and stuff like that, it'll slow things down so you can kind of see what's going on.
TJ, what are the biggest things you learned from Clayton as far as preparing to be a starter and leading this team?
Yeah, so Clayton was a huge film guy. He was always prepared for everything. Anything that they threw at him, he would have kind of a plan for. Whether it was changing an offensive line call, changing a play, anything like that, he always knew what was going to come. Nothing ever surprised him, and I think that's probably the biggest thing I could take away from him, is that there's never enough film that you could watch, never enough preparation you could do for a game.
How much did all the playing time that you got in actual games at the beginning of the year last year, splitting time with Clayton, starting off drives, starting off quarters, things like that, how much did that prepare you for what you're doing this year, now in your 5th year?
I think it prepared me a lot. There's nothing like playing in a real game. You can practice it all you want, but once you get thrown in the fire, like Coach Fitz was saying earlier, it's just a whole new thing. The speed is great. It's really fast. Guys are always fresh coming in. So just getting those reps in game and kind of seeing how things move and just kind of looking at defenses and how quick guys are, it just kind of prepares you, I guess, for this year, for me, knowing kind of what to expect going into the season.
TJ, you've been here obviously several years, and a lot of different receivers have come and gone during that time. So what's it been like trying to make connections with this year's receivers, and who do you feel especially comfortable with?
So this year we have quite a few receivers coming back from last year, and we have a lot of talent in that room. I think this is one of the strongest receiving corps we've had since I've been here. I'm comfortable with all those guys. Those guys are all great guys. We've been working really hard this off season to try to develop that through spring ball, through summer, through throwing sessions in the summer, stuff like that. So I feel really good about all the guys, and I'm really excited to see how they do this year.
TJ, when Stanford is waiting at the end of the month, then the schedule at the beginning is very daunting. A lot of ranked teams, really good Big Ten teams. Mm-hmm. Coach Fitz has kind of accepted that challenge and embraced it. How have the players handled that schedule and looking forward to it?
Yeah, I think everybody's really ready to go. I mean, this is an opportunity, like Coach Fitz said, that not a lot of teams have had in this program, to start off with that kind of gauntlet with those big-name teams. We have, our first 5 of our 7 games are ranked opponents or something like that. I mean, that's a crazy way to start off our season, but I think we're really ready to go and we're ready to attack and take on that challenge.
Or advice, or do you guys talk every day about how the day's
Yeah.
going, all that kind of stuff?
So I talk to my dad quite a bit, especially about football. He's always that backbone for me. I mean, he played in the league for 16 years, so it'd be kind of dumb for me not to talk to him and ask him questions about how he prepared, what he looked for. I mean, he's been doing it since I was little. I always wanted to be like my dad and grow up and be like him. And just having him there as kind of a support for me, it's been awesome. And I've talked to him a handful of times through camp already. And we still got a few more weeks to go, and I plan on talking to him throughout the whole thing. So, oh gosh, put me on the spot. Just stay confident in what you're doing. Don't try to do too much. When you start trying to do too much, it's kind of how you overstretch yourself. You start making mistakes. Just stay within yourself and be the player you know you can be.
TJ, have you spoken to Clayton, and has he given you any advice for the competition?
I talked to Clayton right before he went to training camp. I haven't talked to him since then, but he's really excited for this competition. He just said, keep your head on straight, just stay focused, and good things will happen is pretty much the gist of it.